It's the Love of the Game podcast, the social distancing edition.
Yeah.
I got the fellas in here with me. Fellas, what's good?
I am on. Well, not really.
Trying to survive.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have another day, man.
To do.
I can't really say to my left.
Yeah, top right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Top right.
Top right. Top right. Fellas, this is different, but kind of nostalgic a little bit. Like this how we used to get busy. Except for everything worked this time. And normally that's not how
No, that's how it normally doesn't happen like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's start with this, man. Before we get to, any and all the other stuff, man. How's everybody doing, bro? Like, how y'all doing? Everybody healthy, man? Everybody straight? Like, what's good?
I'm tired.
I've been
good.
I've been quarantining for a long time now, like because I actually, since I'm with the school system, I've experienced some of this firsthand. So I've been taking the time to stay in my room, and I'm tired of staying in my room. I even went down to the playground and got some shots up. Some of y'all might have saw my little dunk.
Hey,
no, I saw.
But the
wait,
kid,
Bryce getting shots up?
You were hurt out there.
Yeah, I was hurt. Yeah.
Hey, Bryce getting ready for live period, bro.
Though.
You say what?
Bryce getting ready for live period out here.
Yeah,
I know. What live period? It ain't no live period.
And I went on a 1 mile run this morning too. I'm about to put our next show. I'm gonna have my Canes jersey on when we get back.
Hey, Bryce ain't playing, bro. I got to get on that plan, Bryce. Last time I was with Bryce was trying to eat clean. Bryce was eating salads. Like,
right now, Dre, you got to, man. I mean, that's been part of my thing.
You got to stay away from fast food and all that stuff.
You got to do it.
Yeah, man. So, I guess let's start with the obvious, man. Let's start with like the impacts of the coronavirus outside of like the fact that we're not in studio right now. So number one, shout out to SUV TV. Appreciate Marcus and everybody on staff at SUV TV. It's still love of the game. It's still the platform. Make sure you log in, subscribe, have a good time.
While you got some time, go back and watch some of the old podcasts.
Watch some of the old shows, yeah,
for sure. Catch up on some game film too, man.
If you were a viewer, which one would you go back and watch?
Oh, fam, let me tell you.
CY,
the CY one.
CY one definitely.
I like
for sure.
The one with Rico and Corey Baldwin. I feel
like
yep.
With what's going on, I feel like a lot of kids need to learn more about JUCO basketball now.
Great show.
I think they need to go listen to the one with Dip.
Yeah, Dip.
Hey, fam.
Man, we got a ton of good shows.
The podcast with Dez and Mario Mays, bro. Like gems falling from the sky, bro. Man said if your AAU coach can't open his phone or your trainer can't open his phone and change your life, you might be rocking with the wrong dude. I was like, yo.
It takes a little time for you to get to that point. It's not easy.
Facts. That's facts.
So we got to still trust that process, baby. Trust the process.
A lot of work. It takes a lot of work to get to that point where you can call it, even a high school coach or whoever it is. It takes a lot of work to get to that point where you can pick up the phone, or they'll pick up the phone and they'll have that trust with you to know that you're giving them that straight information. Because there's a lot of dudes out here now, especially with Twitter, that
Moultrie episode was with
you first kind of dudes.
Yeah. So you got to have the right kind of relationships with dudes, man. You got to have as real as you can have relationships, not just guys that's calling you when you got something for them, but just guys you talk to on the regular. Whether it's other high school coaches, college coaches, whoever it may be, of different levels, because you're not going to always have a D1 player, and even a guy you may think is D1 may not make it.
Right.
That's for sure.
I can even go as far to say this: if during this downtime, of this quarantine, whatever you want to call it, if you haven't been talking to any college coaches, you can add that to that statement that Dez made. Like, it's a perfect, because they not doing anything. They watching. They on the Huffs. They on Coach Huff's coaching clinics. They on stuff like that. They're looking at film. They talking to AAU coach. So if you ain't talked to nobody in the last 2 weeks,
what are you doing? Like
that's facts.
So when there's a live period, what you doing?
Yeah, I listened to Lavelle Moan today, and he said, in this time period right now, he's trying to answer every email, DM, whatever means somebody's trying to get in contact with, he's trying to answer. So if you got a question that you want to ask the college coach, it may not even be about recruiting. It's the time, man. Try to get better. Try to network.
I think it's important to see too, man. Like, I was talking to my boy Dave yesterday, and he's venturing out to cover women's basketball, cover their commitments, their recruiting on the women's side. And I think it's tremendous, man. Like
he's been
Dave
grinding.
For sure.
Yeah, he's grinding.
My statement to him was, man, let's find out, like, at different levels, what type of players these coaches are really looking for. Like you guys were saying, talk to college coaches, find out what type of player fits their system. For a 3 is a different looking kid, depending on what coach, what level that you're talking about, and what system that you're talking about. For some schools, a 3 is 6'4", 6'5". At other schools, a 3 might be 6'7", 6'8".
It depends on the level. Yeah.
And then with the women's game, like I was telling my boy, I was like, man, I wish I could help you, bro, but like I have no idea what Tulane women would want in a point guard. Like, now's the time to learn.
What's crazy about the women's? I was helping. I know Jared Christian Pro Movement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was helping him. He had the girls' camp was coming up. That I was excited to work it because I never had a chance to coach girls before.
For sure.
I was going to work his camps, but he had to cancel due to the virus and stuff going on. But I was really anxious to coach girls.
I'm looking forward to it as well. Like I want, like we all talked about it when Huff kind of brought that to the table that we should be doing more for the girls' game. Like my only thing, and we talked about this probably, was like I just wanted it to be authentic. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to come from an authoritative point of view. Like I knew everything about the girls' game at that point in time. I wanted it to be authentic. Like I really want to engage on the girl side. Like, so I'm looking forward to it too. Like I'm kind of working it, or watching Dave kind of work it, and then I'm kind of coattailing Ryan coattails, to kind of get up to speed on everything that's going on.
For somebody like Dave who's trying to get his feet wet on that side, and that person spends a whole bunch of kids, right? And let's say that coach offers every single kid or a lot of the kids that he sends, but doesn't really give him any credit. What do you do? Like, what is, you know what I mean? Like, how does he move forward with that?
Wow.
Well, the credit ain't you're not gonna get all the credit. It's been
should it be about the credit? Yeah. Shouldn't even be about
it shouldn't be about
but if
I had a couple times.
I mean,
I had a few people always say, tag you.
A tag, hey bro, let's go out for lunch, something.
Yeah, I feel you, but I don't really. It doesn't bother me because, like I said, it's a ton of kids don't tag me. It don't, and they won't tag me, but they'll tell me when they're going to commit,
right,
and different things. So it never bothers me that a kid doesn't tag me or a certain brand or whatever don't tag me. So that's something
but you've been in the game for a minute, so
Yeah, I think I think guys would just like to know that people appreciate the work that they put in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think it's necessarily about credit or I got this kid on or I got that kid on. You don't want to beat your chest, but like I think people just want to know that, hey, like if I grind for you and I help you, or did I do a good job? Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes even like, did I help? You see what I'm saying? So
don't be Diddy, Bryce.
Huh? Huh? He don't be Diddy. What the hell that mean?
Diddy want all the credit. That's what it
means. My man. My guy right there.
For sure.
Hey,
for sure. Hey man, hey, shout out to all his kids too, man.
If you want to get the offer, man, you don't be over there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey,
I might ask you videos a little bit. I might post your offers a little bit, but I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Tyler Johnson, Dwight, DJ Wright just committed, and Ryan Landers.
Hey, he fights for his kids, man. He get mad if you don't rank his kids in the top 20, he gonna be hot
on your head.
He should be. He should be.
He got some killers though. He got some killers.
Man, North Georgia did some kids, man. I had the opportunity this week. I had the opportunity this week to talk to the head coach, Dan Evans, for a good minute, man. And he wants to get really involved in this state, man. And he's doing a great job, you know. Mikael Bethea from Decula, now getting Ryan Landers. Who am I missing? Who's the other kid he has up there? KJ Jenkins. I think he has him. So Dan Evans is doing a great job up there.
That Ryan Landers get was like, I text North Georgia coach immediately. I'm like, yo, like
huge, bro.
Yo.
That's huge.
He wants high school kids. He wants to be in this area to get high school kids.
That was a big one right there.
And guys don't know, like KJ Jenkins might be the best player ever to come out of Creekview. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he is at North Georgia getting busy, dog. Him and Ryan Landers together. Hey, bro, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem. They get a big, it might get crucial up there.
They should be able to get one.
That's why I'm still sitting out there. Big kid from Trinity Christians out there.
Oh yeah, he just got off from
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And he got, I think Clay State.
Clay State. He got like 4 offers now.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a good question, Huff, man. We're gonna let it roll. Hey man, this podcast, man, interact with us, holler at us, man. We're gonna show y'all questions live on the show, man. We're gonna
look at him. He's a little scared over that look.
Let's go. Hey, Huff, this question for you from the homie.
Ooh.
Talk about it, Huff. Talk about it.
You gotta talk about it.
In all honesty, you never want to see anybody get fired.
So for the guys that are listening, right, we got an audience that's going to be listening over SoundCloud. The question came in from Coach Chad Dollar of Coach Huff. Give us your perspective of Alcorn State letting Coach Robinson go.
First off, let me thank Coach Robinson. He gave me an opportunity to be a college assistant at Alcorn State. You never want anybody to get fired in any job, and now it's even more impactful now. With COVID-19, he has a family. He has a wife. He has 2 kids. It's just the nature of the college business. But I will tweak this a little bit and say, 5 years there, he finished second, 8th, 7th, and 4th in the conference. So if you're going by record, I don't know, you know, if he should have been fired, so to speak. There are a lot of guys that have worse records in conference who still have jobs. Maybe they wanted to go a different direction. I don't know. But I know what Coach Rob has meant to me in my career and helping me get into college, you know, when I was in college and giving me an opportunity to get on the road and recruit. So I never want to see anybody lose their job, Coach Dollar, especially a guy who has meant something in my career.
Hey, let me ask this question, Huff, just out of ignorance. Do they have the same AD that they've had for a long time, or is it a new AD?
Yeah, same athletic director that was there when Coach Rob got the job. So I don't know, you know, I only know how hard we worked our tails off when we were there. When he first got there, we came in when they went, excuse my language, APR hell. And if you don't know what APR is, as a AAU or high school coach, do some research. Kind of meant we couldn't even sign anybody that had less than a 2.75 if they were a transfer or JUCO, and less than a 3.0 as a high school student. We couldn't let anybody go once we got the job, so they had to stay. And all that got changed around. And, you know, right now they're a +2 in APR. So there are a lot of great things that Coach Rob has done. I kind of compare it maybe when Rick Ray got fired at Mississippi State. He really changed the program and changed the culture of it, and then Coach Holland took it to the next level.
That's an interesting thing with these coaching changes, man. Like, it's a tough. You never know about coaches and ADs being on the same page. So I don't know if that
new
has
president. You never know if that has something to do with it. Administration is big, even in your high school job. If your administration is on your butt or it changes, just be on your toes.
I'm just gonna say now, to me, and Huff, I'll toss this out to you and maybe Chad Dollar and whoever else, man. Like, this seems like a terrible time to fire somebody. Like, period. Regardless of where they are, this seems like a terrible time to do it. It doesn't seem like it's a great time to hire or for another coach to come and put together a staff. I mean,
it's tough, Dre. Like,
it reminds me of a situation that Amir Abdul-Rahim found himself in at Kennesaw State, getting hired late April.
Yeah,
go look at the Western Michigan hire. They just hired the assistant who was on staff. I think they got turned down by some other people. But when they announced the hire, I think the AD said something like, we couldn't bring candidates on campus. It was a tough process. So almost kind of like we had to do the best thing that was necessary, which is hire the assistant.
That's tough. Yeah, I don't.
And you got to also look. We're talking about the head coaches that are getting fired. What about the staff?
Yeah, that's not.
Ed.
So,
yeah,
that's tough, man. Who knows when the new coach comes in, if they're going to keep that staff, they're going to, how many guys they'll keep or whatever. And that's a staff that we've given a lot of credit to on this show. The university we've given a lot of credit to for recruiting the state, man. So they just got the kid from Campbell, my guard,
Myson Lowe.
Yeah. Which is a great pickup for that level.
Great, I think so too. Really good pickup.
He can play.
So we know Georgia Southern got a new coach. Caleb,
he decommitted, right?
He did decommit. Yep.
He did decommit. That's tough. He's a great guard for that conference too. In a conference full of
great guard for Coach Byington.
Yeah.
Great guard. I mean, if you look at Coach Byington's record of producing, I'm not going to say small, but people will say smallish guards that can score. He's got a really good track record with those kind of guards. So obviously with the new coach coming in and Caleb probably not knowing what direction they were going, he decommitted.
He's going to be a good player though, man. I like him a lot at that level, man, too. Like, dude can really get it. This new coach they got from Texas Tech, right?
Yeah. He's under Chris Bird's tree at Texas Tech. And, obviously I'm guessing that's going to be a defensive-minded team.
That was my thought. Yeah.
Judging off what Texas Tech did. And, obviously with any coaching hire, it'd be interesting to see who he brings on staff. Being from, not from this area. But that's not to say you have to hire somebody directly involved in this area at Georgia Southern, because I call it a triangle of what they have. They're 3 hours away from Atlanta, 3 hours away from Charlotte, 3 hours away from Florida. So it's a triangle, and how are you going to maximize that triangle?
Man, let's get to the real, man. Can you be successful? Can any major university be successful here without having a Georgia guy on staff?
What's a Georgia guy?
Get busy.
Yeah, what's
a Georgia guy? Because
a guy that can walk in the gym and really touch guys. A guy that got relationships here.
But I mean, so the guy doesn't have to be
from Georgia.
Not necessarily from Georgia, but
roots in Georgia.
Relationship. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I think if you're in the Southeast, you need to have somebody that can walk in the gym in Georgia.
Yeah.
And have relationships with guys. I think so.
Yeah, you have to.
when we say relationships, not be able to point to people and you know who they are, but I'm talking about like,
you
talking about real relationships.
Like,
yeah, you can make a phone call.
Somebody that'll hit you up before the kid blows up.
Yeah.
Go back. We talked about going back to watch our old podcast. Go back and watch what I said.
Listen, I'm having an old podcast moment, and I'm trying to hold it back. I'm trying to hold it back, dog.
Podcast moments too.
I'm having an old podcast moment right now because I really want to let loose and get really to. Yeah. I don't want to make Huff log off, dog.
Oh man!
Hey.
Huff gonna get the hell out of here if I ask this question.
We didn't say the statement before the show. Now
we did not say the statement before the show. We did not.
We did.
Man, ask the question, man. If I can't answer, I'll be like I plead the fifth.
I'll just ask this. I'll put it up to y'all, man. I won't add my bias. Okay, we all understand the landscape of college coaching around here, right? We all understand when teams have struggled around here and why they've struggled around here. Who needs? I'm not gonna say it like that.
Oh, I know. Like, you see this, man?
Hey, who's struggling because they can't recruit Georgia? Who around here is struggling because they can't recruit?
Is anybody on limits?
Is that or is anybody in the state of Georgia?
Southeast?
We could say the Southeast, but in the state of Georgia specifically, out of the schools that we have here, who is struggling, but specifically because they don't recruit Georgia as well as they should?
I don't think
nobody's struggling.
I don't think anybody's struggling. I think from what I've seen, I mean, of course there's levels to it, but I don't think anybody's struggling. But what I've seen is, I think sometimes it comes down to coaching for sure. You know what I mean? Like, I went to Georgia State games and they had some really good players, like Kane Williams, who's from here. They had a lot of guys.
That's the best roster in the state to me.
They had a huge Georgia Tech.
Really? I mean,
they got some transfers on their roster now too.
Yeah, they do from Memphis. Georgia Tech and Georgia. I went to Georgia State. I think I don't think anybody's really necessarily struggling in the state of Georgia to get kids.
Y'all don't think Georgia Tech struggling?
Georgia Tech was winning games for a long time.
Yeah, they could have made the tournament, probably.
Hey man, the way they ended the season, you cannot talk about Georgia Tech.
Jose Alvarado.
Look at their defensive efficiency was so good. Like,
maybe I'm expecting too much from Georgia Tech.
Who isn't getting
a long time since Kenny Anderson.
I can't even really include Kennesaw State yet because they haven't really had a chance. His class is coming in now.
And I can't say that because of I can't necessarily say they're recruiting State the best or whatever. They're, they were the only school that had to remodel their whole roster.
Yeah, they had to start over. So
yeah, they had to start over.
They did get a kid they weren't supposed to get, in my opinion. Who's better than that level?
Facts.
Young blood.
They got one. They want
But I mean, isn't that what you're trying to do at that level? Is get steals? You're trying to get one player.
Sure. We've heard it. We've heard this on our podcast too. If you're a low major, you're trying to get a mid major. If you're a mid major, you're trying to get a high major. If you're a high major, you're trying to get a pro. And if you're a D2, you're trying to get a D1 player.
He's fighting that guy. Yeah.
I think when Stroud puts some weight on, is going to do work in that league too.
Yeah, I think people.
Stroud got to put on about 20, 30 pounds though. He's got to gain, maybe not that much.
He can't get 30. I was about to say, yeah.
He got 20, 15, 20.
15 of good muscle.
Yeah, for sure. And I think he'll get busy too.
Stroud can shoot, so I think he'll be okay too.
And he can go.
But see, here we are. We're talking about Georgia Tech, and talking about maybe you, Dre, think they should have better. James Banks is from Georgia,
right?
Jordan Usher is from Georgia. Bubba Parnham is from Georgia.
So
maybe this was a bad year because they got the transfers in, but
yeah.
That
I mean, even before then, Joshua Cole, even though he didn't recruit him, but he was from Georgia.
We got good questions. Let's see. Is the fact that it's a big time academic school a factor? Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I think it's kids' grades and test scores are way worse than I thought. Like guys that can really hoop.
Well, now
I don't want to talk about nobody kids.
To get in because you can in the fall.
Hey, listen.
What I still think they are good students, but sometimes I think I had a couple of friends that graduated from Georgia Tech. They say they don't even see how is it possible that some kids can still keep their academics up and play sports at Georgia Tech. They say that's one of the difficult.
It's got to be hard. Yeah, it's got to be hard.
It's got to be tough.
It's like
it's difficult. It's difficult, but they tried to make it easier. Back when Kenny Anderson I don't think they had you couldn't be an English major back then. I think you can now. So it's a little easier. Not saying it's not hard.
I mean, English major it's not easy either.
It's easier than the engineering major.
Yeah. Facts. I just think, man, guys got to take care of it, man. Hey, like the great urban philosopher Marshawn Lynch said, Africans, take care of your chickens. Take care of your mentals, dog. Take care of your mentals. Take care of your chicken. Hey, bro, for real, man. Hey, like these grades is nothing to play with, man. Like
that's a PSA to these kids right now. Just because you're at home,
parents
you're doing this virtual learning. You're doing this virtual learning. Don't slip.
Look, parents, log in, check that, bro. Every book, every test, every assignment is an open book test right now, man. It should be straight A's.
And you got to blow that grade up right now.
What's also important, which people don't like pay attention to closely, is the timing of when you take the SAT. Because let's say you have a good live period, but you haven't taken SAT, or you don't have that score right away, and you got to wait. Like you don't want to be in that position because then they might move on to somebody else.
Right.
Let's put it even clearer. You can't get on an official visit if you don't have a test score. There's no official visit for you if you don't have a test score.
Thanks. Hey man, hey kids. All I'm gonna say, kids and parents, bro. Like, don't leave it up to the kid, bro. I'm a parent of 2 teenagers, man. Don't leave it up to the kid, man. Go check. I'm not saying you gotta do their work for them. I would never do that, but go check that work. Go log into that portal. Stay on top of that.
Log in and see those grades, man.
100% every day.
I'm on my players right now because I can see their grades. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And they want to call in right now or put in I've texted them and said, hey, why is this grade like this? What are we doing about it?
Should be straight A's.
That's before we got out right now. I mean, that was when we were in school. And that's a senior who's graduating. I'll do it for a senior who's about to graduate and who may not even be playing basketball. You just got to stay on top of these kids if you're about what we really trying to be about.
That's facts. Got to, man. Grades too important right now. So let me ask this question, man. It's being that we're all out, we're supposed to be in school. This would be coming up on spring break, right? If we were in school.
For most schools, yeah.
Most schools, yeah.
Did this impact the way that we view anybody who won a state championship? Like, did those kids get robbed of being able to come back to school and really get a chance to celebrate and like relish in their moment? Did they get robbed of something? And I say that for a reason, because there was a tweet that I got questions about.
Well, I know I was able to talk to Larry Thompson, and they didn't get their pet rally. You know, where they were supposed to get it the Monday when everything happened, right after the schools got shut down. So they didn't get that moment. You know,
it sucks for the seniors.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. Okay, y'all helping me understand something. I saw AJ White's mom tweeted something about like being robbed of a moment for AJ, like he felt like he won a state championship and like nothing happened.
Because I mean, you think about it, if you win a state championship, sometimes state champions, or most of the time, state champions are celebrated for the next 20 and 30. years and years, and they're celebrated. And we went from state championship basketball and Final Four and all that stuff to
nothing.
I mean, I can just go back. Most time, I mean, I don't know, Bryce, were you at Westlake when they won it, or were you right after?
Right after, yeah, right after.
But I remember championship teams going to the state capitol sometimes.
Yeah.
I remember if you were in a certain city, that city would recognize you wherever it was.
I remember Thera when they won, they had a parade down one of the streets. So I remember pictures for that. Yeah.
So we are talking about kids not getting that opportunity. Yes, their legacy is cemented. They are state champions, and they will always remember that for that at their school. But they missed that. I mean, it's just like kids missing their prom.
That's the other
things to go on. They're gonna miss their graduation.
I think missing your senior prom, and your graduation is like you can't get that back. That's huge.
You can't get that back. Yeah.
Hey, give me the state championship over prom though, fam.
Ooh.
I'm missing that more than I'm missing prom, fam.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Some of your
especially if I went to prom junior year.
Anyway. Some of your AAU kids are missing prom anyway.
Yeah,
they're playing that weekend.
Yeah.
Well, not for the seniors though. You got to think some seniors didn't go to prom their junior year.
If you went the year
before, they're going.
Yep,
you're right, Locke. They're going senior.
Now they senior year and all this stuff happened. Like that really sucks.
That's tough. Do we know anything? Let's just say, do we know anything? Do we know at this point? I feel like we know that there's not going to be an April live period because all the
there's
schools
no
are
spring basketball period. No spring.
Yeah,
that's all right.
The best we can hope for, and right now it's a hope, especially after what the president said today. We're at least self-quarantine until the 30th. Could be into May. Hopefully we get the June period where they come to the high school. Hopefully the July period is back open.
I got questions, Huff.
I do think.
I got questions.
Justin Young made a great point. He
said, maybe with gloves on.
No.
I saw a video with a girl. She was crossing up a dude, and I like, dang, she nice. But I realized she had gloves on. I'm like, shit, we could just put her gloves on.
Hey, I seen that too. I seen that.
Yeah, boy, Bryce, come on, man.
Gloves with a mask on.
What's the question, Dre?
So, Huff, if AAU, if it comes down to it, and the powers that be decide that basketball is back in May, right? Let's say mid-May, 15th, something like that, right? Are you telling AAU, hey, chill, June 1st? That's me.
if they still coming back to watch the high school.
Hey, look at his face. Look at her.
Hey, that's like it's exposure for the kids. I can't embarrass these kids out here. We ain't had no time together.
Hey, so you tell AAU, hey man, no.
June still mine. I give you July.
That's gonna be. But what if the kids don't? What if the kids want to go to AAU?
But if there's not an event for them,
some events by then.
They're not gonna be in June though.
Yeah, like
I think if basketball come back, Huff, y'all gonna be fighting for it.
That's y'all gonna be fighting for it.
Why?
No.
In June?
You don't think so?
No, they're not gonna change that.
No, I don't think so either. And the first AAU event that's really been stamped so far is the TipOff Classic in July 4th weekend. Like that's the only tournament that has been stamped and rescheduled so far. Like
so, let me ask this.
Tournament.
Let me ask this though, Locke. And I love the TipOff Classic. We played in it last year. Georgia Man Up did, and it was fantastic. We want to play in it again this year. But if the NCAA decides that the entire month of July is going to be a live period to give us the 2 weeks in April back, do events like the TipOff Classic or Bob Gibbons or those other non-live events that were huge national events, do those events get impacted because they're not NCAA certified events?
Well, with the TipOff Classic, that's the first weekend in July, I think. So I think that can be the warm-up tournament So if they had the second week in July. I think if they give us 2 more weeks in July, so basically there'll be a full month of July of basketball. The first week Tip-Off Classic, then the next 3 weeks or the next 2 weeks will be live periods. Now I don't know where in that.
I read, and I also read in that Hoop Scene article that he wrote, which was a pretty good idea, that you can just extend it through September or something like that.
Now, that used to happen in females and girls basketball.
Yeah, girls used to do that.
Maybe about 3-4 years ago.
And it might not be bad because I mean, they've had by then at this point they're rested. You know what I mean? They'll had a break. So
now that Dre, that's where you're gonna start having your issues.
Oh yeah, because
now you're talking about a high school coach saying, whoa, it's preseason for me. What you doing going to practice? But it's different times, so I think that high school coach gotta live with different measures.
So what you gonna
football players don't get left out.
What you gonna do? Do you want your September and August, or are you gonna give us? You're gonna give not us, but you're gonna give the AAU coaches June? I mean, like,
give me the full month of July.
September.
Give me the full month of
July. I would take August and September and give them June and give them whatever is left.
Yeah,
when I get my team for when school starts. I got my team.
But see, I don't even need. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even need September.
Yeah,
give me.
You just want August.
Give me the entire month of July, bro. Give me all of
every
July.
weekend in July should be a live.
Hey, man, July.
The 3 weekends. The first last 3 weekends in July need to be live. The first weekend,
you say, Bryce?
July weekend.
I only need 3 weekends in July because the 4th weekend I got to go on vacation. I can't be doing basketball.
Here he go.
Here he go. No vacation.
No, but listen to me. You know how much
Bryce getting flown out in July.
I'm drying watching the jersey after every single game for 3 weeks.
Hey, that's your job, man. We're supposed to praise you for doing your job.
I'm not.
Then think about it. You ain't been doing it the past couple months.
I gotta watch them myself.
You still have a ton of energy to watch clothes.
Huh?
I said you got the entire spring off, so you should have a ton of energy to watch jerseys.
You walking down that Future Hill and it's 95 degrees outside, and you holding them jerseys 4 times a day for 3 weeks.
Hey man, that's why I became a Twitter reporter.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not.
You should be blessed to have that opportunity, dude.
I'm not watching them after every game though, bro. Y'all can hang out.
But with your age, Mondre, you don't have to necessarily do that. With the older kids, sometimes they get mad and they don't come back. So you have to.
You got to take them up every time, boy.
Hell yeah, I take them every y'all. Especially them green ones that we just got. You think you about to be the Boys and Girls Club and them Nike jerseys?
But Bryce is right. A kid will play Friday and Saturday
and not come back.
Hey, hold on. Look at Persian, bro.
Who you calling, man? Who you calling Bryce? Who you calling?
Hey, he calling his new brother.
Hey, my boy.
I had kids play on Friday and not come back Saturday. And you think I'm not gonna I'm collecting my jerseys after every single game.
Hey, Bryce.
Out of y'all.
Hey, Bryce, y'all done had kids play on Friday and y'all tell not to come back on Saturday.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
Yeah, they have done that too.
You will get your pink slip because I might send you home. Flacco might send you home. I'm not gonna send you home. I'm not that mean. I'm gonna give you a couple games to see how you do.
Bryce will give you some games.
I'm gonna give you some games.
I don't know if that text like, man, go ahead and turn that jersey in.
Hey, no doubt. That 17 is definitely different.
I want them green jerseys. I want to take all that, and I'm counting them too. I want all my jerseys.
But you know what? I'm gonna have to move to that because we had some of our set from last year just so happened
disappear.
Yeah, a lot of comments on how nice people thought they were. They didn't all come back.
You see, and it gets more challenging when you're in live period and there's coaches watching too, and maybe a kid don't play as much, and they dad just get mad. Oh, you're not coming back? No, you don't have to come back, but I need my jersey back.
They keep the t-shirt, Bryce?
if we even give you one, shit, you got to make it through a weekend to get a warm up.
Tough I have these streets, man.
Listen, my whole mentality, and Locke will tell you, my mentality has changed from those middle school days when I used to give you a whole warm up, a hoodie, a matching shoe. I don't do none of that no more. You can show up in your Kobe's and your jersey as long as you can play.
Not happening.
Nah.
What, so Huff, what is it that you guys are doing? You guys are doing a lot for coaches during the time that we out, man. Let's talk about some of the stuff y'all doing for the Minority Coaches Association of Georgia.
Well, man, we obviously because of COVID-19, we lost our opportunity to have our spring live period coaches clinic, which is usually 80 to 100 deep of coaches of all levels, genders, ethnicities who come and listen to the college coaches. So Corey Black and I, Tay, we kind of sat down and said, well, how can we still do this? And honestly, we looked at what coaching clinics were doing with virtual clinics and with Zoom and everything. And we decided that was something we could offer coaches to have them a chance to get better every Wednesday and Thursday. And so we call our Wednesdays a virtual roundtable at 12 noon. And we go for 2 hours. And the first one we had was newly minted state champion Sherman White talking about building a program. And if anybody saw that one, he gave some great information about what to do. And then we also wanted to build up, we've had assistant coaches on our podcast, CY, Chad Dollar. This goes on and on about not wanting to be known as just recruiters. And so we felt what better way to build them up and to let them do something than just be recruiters. Let's give them a platform of how they can get better, how they can let somebody else outside of, us, as we know them, see them as more than a recruiter. So we call it Next Up Conversations with Assistant College Basketball Coaches. The first one we had Andre Morgan, who gave us real information about making the jump to college coaching. And then we had Ben Fletcher at Kennesaw State talk about shooting. So those were our first ones this first week while we were out. And so next week we've got on Wednesday the virtual roundtable. We've got Nate Oates of University of Alabama, head coach of University of Alabama, talking about pace of practice, pace of offense. And then we've got the new head coach, who's a former head coach of Georgia Southern, but the new head coach of James Madison University, Mark Byington, talking about offensive concepts as well. And then on Thursday, with our Next Up with college assistants, we've got Steve Smith, assistant at Florida State. He's going to talk about rebounding. And then right after him, we've got Ronnie Hamilton of Ole Miss, who's going to be talking about the 1-3-1 that they do. So we're trying to keep it coming as long as we're in this quarantine situation in our home. We're going to keep giving it to you.
So, Huff, y'all go live, man. I got beef.
I already know what his beef is.
I got beef, bro. You go live, Huff, at 12 noon. I'm at work, my guy.
Exactly.
And I can't go back and watch it.
Exactly.
Bro, can I get a private link? Can I get the homeboy hookup? Can I get
why
no link?
Yeah,
we decided, and I'll be honest. So that's a legit question. Why did we decide to go at 12? Well,
I'm cool with 12. Just let me go back and watch.
Yeah, where's the recording?
We'll make sure we handle that part of it. We'll get our AV guy, Tay Sorrell, on it to make sure we handle that. But we wanted to do it because, like, for instance,
I'm about to text Tay right now, bro. I'm blowing.
I'm a teacher, and we're supposed to be working this virtual learning stuff during the day.
Mm-hmm.
You get a lunch break. So we try to use the lunch break to try to get people involved.
Got you.
Makes sense.
That's good stuff, man. I don't get a 12 noon lunch break though, so
I was in on that.
I try to slide in a little bit. Bro.
I was in on Huff's call with Andre Morgan, and that one was real good. It was real.
I heard it was dope.
Yeah, real good. And he had a PowerPoint you could follow along everything. It was legit, man. That's some good stuff.
Shout out to Andre Morgan. You gotta get on the podcast when this ends, Andre.
Yeah, he gotta come. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I think that's a good idea.
Come on the show.
Did they send you some gear already? Yeah.
Andre gave me one shirt, and it came out. That one, it wasn't even a basketball.
What you want him to give you? The whole closet?
Hey, man. Hey, see how Locke do?
He got one shirt, Dre. He got one shirt, Dre.
Yeah, I got a sweet shirt.
Bro.
I'm present.
That's what I'm saying. Locke is Bobby Brown, dog. Locke is definitely Bobby Brown.
Oh, that's you. You better do an all-star game. You even do DA Lane all-star game.
You better about it, Locke. I'm hosting the all-star game this week.
Guess what? I was gonna be down at EJ Brown all-star game. My
man about to do a world tour.
Cash money.
A whole world tour.
Hey, listen, y'all lucky I ain't got booking information in my Cash App in the bio.
OnlyFans? You need to get your OnlyFans.
Hey, yo, speaking of OnlyFans, bro.
No. Hey, man.
Speaking of OnlyFans, right?
Hey.
Speaking of OnlyFans, I was told that we could actually get an OnlyFans that is not only for what we know it to be known for. that anybody could actually have an OnlyFans, and that we could get one and do content to our OnlyFans.
What do you think would show up if your name came up and said OnlyFans / my drink?
Yo,
backslash. Game.
I ain't even know it. Never mind.
Hold on, bro.
I've been on a few. I've been on a few of the last couple weeks. I'm just kidding. I'm just talking.
Facts. Where was I?
Wow.
So
hey, don't pay for no OnlyFans account if it's more than Hulu. More than your Hulu, your Netflix account. That's the rule.
Why is that the rule?
Man, you gonna spend $20 on an OnlyFans account?
No.
All right, then. It's more than Netflix or Hulu. That's the rule.
OnlyFans only gives you about what?
I don't know.
3 weeks anyway. I'm just giving you the price breakdown. Like,
hey, hold on, man.
Whoa.
Hey, man, look. Does anybody have a reason?
OnlyFans gives you like a you could do a 3-week joint, a 10-day joint, 10-day contract.
I don't know. I don't know.
I have no idea.
You know a lot about this.
No idea. I have no idea what's happening.
I'm in a group chat with Locke, so I've learned.
Hey, one of the bugs.
Hey, I be at work. I be at home, so
Hey, so does anybody have any idea why that every kid from the state of Georgia that committed in the last 3 years is in the transfer portal?
Because they usually go.
I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just saying that is a fact.
I think a lot of times,
their name in the draft.
I think a lot of times they go out of their region, and sometimes when you go out of your region, like if I'm a southern kid and I go to the north, sometimes I don't know.
Hey, speaking of that one thing right now, I want to say that I'm talking about everybody except for Cal Sturtevant.
No,
we know why he's coming back. Yeah.
I completely understand.
You know what I think. What it is?
Why that kid would be transferred
higher than what they supposed to go. So when they transfer,
that's definitely it.
But I don't think all of them are going higher than they're supposed to go.
Yeah,
I think there's people that list that's just transferring. I just think.
Yeah, I mean, what's your name was a bucket?
Some people are some people are averaging 20 points or whatever and trying to go higher. So I mean, well, that may not be the case for Georgia kid, but
let me go through a couple just names real quick. Why is my man from Virginia Tech transferring? I thought he was going to the league.
Did you see that horrible? Did you see that tweet somebody put out about it?
No, I didn't see it. I never would have thought he would transfer. I thought he was going to the league.
I'm only going out the tweet that said he was a horrible defender. He took bad shots. I don't know. I didn't watch enough.
I think for the second half of the season, he kind of tailed off a little bit. I think he had a really good start and he was hot and he was getting his shots off. But I mean, I don't know. Towards the end, it seemed like he kind of Went downhill.
So what level? We both know he's a high major kid. So what y'all do? Where do y'all see Leonard Knowles going?
Shit, anywhere he want, I would guess.
Not if he defends. If he doesn't play defense, though. I don't know.
Games I saw him, he looked really good.
I mean, there are dudes out there that need dudes. They need players.
Yeah, he can go anywhere he wants. Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be another high major that's probably going to go after him.
Yeah,
he could probably. Yeah.
I'm calling it.
I don't think he can go to Georgia Tech because Georgia Tech already has
one. Letting us in on something like.
I'm calling it. Leonard Knowles, UGA.
That's not a bad move.
Nah.
I mean, he's a bucket in the ACC. I mean, I thought in the games that I saw, like I can't speak to the defensive stuff. It didn't stand out to me, but the games I saw, he was killing.
Hey, Cam Daly got a question. Light skinned Cam.
Why you gotta be light skinned, Cam?
Why you gotta be light skinned?
It's a bunch of Cams, so.
Hey, Cam, we need that. We need that Avi in your handle, G.
With the state.
Why are the 2020 kids still waiting on that big offer, and they have offers?
So
it might not feel right with the school, Cam.
Yeah, what if they don't want to go? What if they're not in love with that place?
So let me ask.
But why you? But hold on.
What if they don't have their major?
Huh?
Okay, I get that.
The offers they have don't have major.
But are they waiting because they think they're gonna get another higher D1 offer than what they already have?
I think someone like Cam Bryant,
Cam Bryant should be
waiting. Can't even go on campus right now.
True.
He should be waiting. He should not be committing. Why would he commit? He can go high major.
No, I don't agree with that. Cam Bryant can't go high major.
I seen her face.
What? Cam Bryant can't go high major?
No, bro.
Nothing.
If he does,
and I'm not taking anything away from Cam Bryant, but
tell me why.
He could be productive. Where's he going to be productive at a high major school? And what position? And I mean by what position, meaning what position he can guard. You got to be able to guard that position.
If he can't go high major, most of the kids in the state can't go high major. That doesn't answer his question, but it doesn't answer his question. But to answer his question, I think that some kids, they do want to get another Division I look or something like that, but they may just not be in love with that situation, what they have right now.
But these are different times, bro. It's like, if nothing opens up between now and June,
I would probably commit too. Yeah, I would probably commit.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta.
In these times, you have to commit right now because
it's different times, Dre. You can't. This ain't when you're going on an official visit and can keep waiting.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's different times.
But if a kid calls me and he says, "Yo, I went on this visit. It's cool, but I really wasn't feeling it."
But he ain't been on no visit.
Why?
He ain't
been on no visit.
What if he went on a visit in the past, already before all this? I'm saying, if he went on a visit before this and he's like, man, that's my one option. I'm really not feeling this too much. Okay. Would you tell your child if he didn't love somewhere to go? I mean, but when there's other ways that you can get to that same route, if you can go to prep school for a year or junior college for a year.
But then you better be making that move to do that because we're getting to the nitty gritty.
I agree. If you have something that's really good and it's, I would probably take it too. But I don't know, man. I don't know. That's tricky.
We talk to kids all the time, man.
Think about it. The kid that just committed to North Georgia, he would have played in April and probably would have got some D1 stuff.
So that's not a serious question. There is no April for these 2021 kids.
So you got to do what you got.
There is no official visit. So if you have only mid-majors, you're probably still gonna have mid-majors unless some coach gets a higher job and loves you when he was at the mid-major.
So if a kid
case in point. Here's a case in point. I'm gonna go back to you. Horace Wyatt was committed to
Clark Atlanta.
He was committed to Clark Atlanta under Darryl Walker. When Darryl Walker got the Little Rock job, he took him with him. Unfortunately, Horace Wyatt is on the transfer thing. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But I'm just saying, like, if that happens, yes, you can wait. But you can't keep waiting because there are only so many jobs going to get open and the new coaches going to come in.
Yeah.
Now, look, did Horace Wyatt go too high of a level?
I think so, but
So if a kid, so
locked down.
You think it's over with?
It's tough. We getting down to it. You got to realize next week is April. Next week is April 1st.
So what's gonna happen is if a kid waits and he plays in July. Let's say hypothetically there's a July live period.
It's gonna be a feeding frenzy.
That D1 is not waiting to July. That D1 is not waiting to July.
If we have a July, it's gonna be
July.
They're trying to get the kid in the summer semester.
I know, but that was my point. My point was what I was trying to say was if
Bryce over at freezing like
he plays, we got something for the next year. Just go to prep school for a year, and then we'll bring you in.
Okay, but are you going to prep school? Are they paying for prep school? Who's paying for the prep school?
Then they probably ain't gonna pay for the prep school.
That's what I'm saying. So now you're asking a parent or family to come out their pocket and pay for a prep school with a non-binding guarantee that this school's gonna take them after they go to the prep school. What if the kid tears ACL?
Nah, I'm not saying I would be committed in April at this point. I'm just saying I feel like if you are not absolutely in love with the situation and you're a good prospect, I feel like if you know how to work the system, you can work the system.
I mean, let's be real too, man. There are coaches that are going to be in these kids' ear that are telling them to hold on, or that they want to see them, or keep. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think these kids are just making these decisions in a vacuum. Also, man, I don't think it's a good idea to commit to a school that doesn't have your major. If you have offer from a school,
I agree with you.
They don't have your major. You should not be committing.
So would you commit? Also, speaking on that, would you commit to a school if you can only do a virtual tour?
That's tough too, because the other point that I was gonna make is, what do we always tell kids? Hey, is this someplace where you can see yourself for the next 4 years? What if the coach gets fired? What if you're not playing? What if everything that you can imagine goes wrong? Is this a city that you feel like you will enjoy for the next 4 to 8 years, 6 years if you go to grad school or whatever? Is this a community that you want to, where you want to be at, where you possibly may want to plant roots and stay after you graduate? Like, really evaluate the city, really evaluate the school for what it is outside of the basketball too. Like, I think the reason why we're seeing a lot of kids in the transfer portal is because it's just purely a basketball decision and nothing else is considered. So when you go to school and you hate the dorms and you hate living in that city, when things go wrong for the basketball, and that's the only reason why you came.
But I was gonna say, from the other standpoint, if you're in the transfer portal, does it have anything to do with the city, or is it about basketball?
I think it's kids in the transfer portal at such a high rate.
It's not about partially your living in your campus life, right?
I think it plays a part in it. I don't think that they take those things into account when they commit. So then when you end up on campus and you really don't like the campus, you really don't like that city. A lot of these schools are in the middle of nowhere, so there's nothing for you to do. And so when the basketball goes wrong, you have no reason to fight through that adversity because you hate everything else. You were only there for the basketball. So when the basketball is not working out for you, you out because there's nothing else keeping you there. Whereas if you were in a city where you actually enjoy being there, you actually like the campus, or you had your major, you had something else that you were working for academically, then maybe if the basketball is not going your way, you got a reason to ride it out and say, well, I can compete. That's the one good thing that I look at from a kid like Brandon Robinson, who wasn't playing at North Carolina.
He was
obviously loved being at North Carolina.
And I don't blame him because that campus is. But and I think sometimes we look at where a kid goes and we look at the process and all that stuff, and then he gets there, but we don't follow that kid on campus. We follow him to his commitment, and we don't know. We're not there in practice. We're not there. You know what I mean? We can stream it online and watch the games. We can go visit and watch games, but we're really not in the front lines. We don't really know what's going on all the time. So we
don't know how many lies that coach told him to get him on campus either.
True. So it's about truth and relationships.
The dynamics of the relationship. between the coaching staff and the recruit. We don't know that stuff. So I think that plays a role into why there's transfers. You know what I'm saying? I do.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think there's a lot of stupid transfers, and I'm not saying anybody in particular's transfer is stupid. I think there are a lot of kids who are transferring because of dumb reasons.
I mean,
right?
Me,
like, I'm not playing. You're a freshman and you're 15 pounds underweight. Like, you're like, yeah, you're gonna not play for a little bit until your body gets to where you can play at
level. But I think that's like if to me, if I'm averaging 14 points a game and 8 rebounds, it makes more sense for me to stay. To me,
facts. I'm hooping. Yeah,
I would rather, unless I'm going for, I don't know. I would, if I'm averaging 2.1 points a game.
To me, if you're playing, man, like,
if you're playing, like.
But I think that reality hits home when you sitting in campus the rest of the time where you off the floor. I
got a question. Why does every freshman think they deserve to be on the court right away? What happened to the process of working up like
because they got entitled while they was in high school?
Hey man, I think it's on both sides though.
I think it's on both sides. I think it's on both sides, man.
I think it's a lot.
So you think college coaches are telling kids, "Oh, you gonna come in right away and play"?
No. Not only are they telling them that, but that is the expectation, I think, for a lot of college coaches too. That if you don't come in and you can't contribute right away, then you're not the guy that we were looking for. And we talked about this before of what would happen if a coach just stopped speaking to you.
From what I've experienced,
they decide they're gonna recruit over your head.
From what I've experienced over the last couple of kids that we sent to college, I think the kids don't necessarily go in there with the mentality that they need to play the whole game. And I play harder than you, I should at least be given opportunities to play, a fair opportunity. I think that's could be playing into it too. So, like I said, we don't really know what's going on campus. It's kind of hard to like pinpoint that all the time. And some kids just aren't good. They just get by in high school and they get to that level and Locke sees him, he evaluates him, but in the back of his mind, he knows that kid ain't good enough to go there.
Oh, I'll tell you.
and two though,
and they just wasn't good enough from the beginning.
We don't value college basketball players enough. That if you ain't there your freshman year getting it in, then it's almost like you're not good. And that's just not the case, man. And a lot of kids deal with that differently. Like being a college basketball player is not cool anymore. It's like a step. Kids look at it as like a stepping stone, man. Like it's almost cooler to be. It's almost cooler to be a top 100 high school player than a top 100 college player. It's cooler to be a top 100 high school player than it is to be a top 100 college player.
I agree. I 100% agree. But you know why? Because the hype.
It's a hype. That hype fades away when you're on campus and everybody's like you.
Yeah, you ain't producing. That hype is gone. But in high school, you hyping. You got videos at every game. You got guys.
Camera people following you around and stuff.
But I'm talking about guys that can play. Like you talking about a top 100 college kid. Like you hooping.
Yeah, but everybody at that next level is top.
Facts.
Like we got two kids didn't play at Mississippi State, Elijah King and Devin Butts.
So what do they end up?
Nice. Devin Butts is nice, and he ain't play.
If Devin Butts go like a Middle Tennessee or somewhere Appalachian where he can't go to, I doubt.
Man, Devin Butts need to go to Georgia State or something and get buckets. Devin Butts is a problem, dude. Like, but it's hard. It's just you don't know, man.
Hard. Basketball's hard.
Yeah, it's a business.
Basketball's hard.
You know,
it's hard. And they don't. I mean, I don't know if one of those kids from Mississippi State transferred because of the recruiting class they got coming in. I don't know.
But shouldn't you be competitive to say this guy ain't gonna take my spot?
True.
They want to.
Yeah, that probably happens too. Like he ain't about to come here.
But they don't know how to compete. A lot of these kids never compete.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
That's a good point. But you can't necessarily say they don't know how, because a lot of times, a lot of high schools don't have a team that you're competing against, like a Mississippi State every day. In high school, you're not competing against them dudes every day.
What I mean by
that's where you value AAU then. Who are they playing AAU with? They on the AAU team, that's where the college coach I can now see, can they compete when they got like-minded, skilled people on the floor with them? Are they competing their butts off?
Yeah.
Hey, light skin Cam got another question.
Hey, Cam, slam lock when you see him, dog. Slam lock when you see him, bro.
Cam put me on some stuff. Cam, my guy.
I just want to.
Why do kids look different at HBCU schools?
We know why.
Different as far as what, their physique?
Now, why they look at it different? Why do they not want to go?
Like they don't get the they don't get. You don't see them on TV.
Sometimes the facilities and stuff. They don't. I mean, you go looking.
You ain't playing for facilities, man. I get tired of that. You ain't playing for no facilities.
Some people like the way the horn sounds differently.
Okay, that horn don't sound when you sitting on the end of that bench, and then you come in and play.
The arena looks.
Yeah, and then they don't see the games on ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN.
Okay, for example, a kid told me that he felt like.
Man, what's wrong with Bryce internet?
Hey, Bryce, you ain't got no bandwidth. I don't know.
I got a top of the line Wi-Fi. What you talking about?
Hey, no, you don't.
Obviously not.
Hey, can you hear me now? That's how your stuff been lately.
Now go ahead, Bryce. Say it again. He froze again.
I'm not talking. It's probably too many people in here using it. That's what it is. Somebody next door or something. Y'all see that meme where they were like the Wi-Fi code and the password was Antetokounmpo on the back or something like that.
This is the funny thing. Hey, Bryce, what's the name of your router, bro?
I don't even know. I think it's through direct. It's through direct. Oh yeah. That's probably why it's not working.
Now go ahead and say it again, Bryce. What happened? What?
Oh yeah, but he was just saying he felt like the HBCU was a step above high school. Like he felt like the 13th grade.
Oh wow!
I think it got So somebody just put on. They said so facilities. The facilities may not be as good, but are you there for the facility or are you there to play basketball?
I think you're there for the whole experience.
I think it's for the whole experience, but.
And I love I would endorse sending a kid to HBCU because I think you're going to get the whole experience. But some HBCUs don't have the facilities that like a house has. You know what I mean? Like this.
But you got to get them. You got to be able to get the kid on campus, right?
Yes.
Like, you got to get them on. And here's the thing that hurt to me: HBCUs. Like you got to get them on campus at homecoming, bro.
Boy, it changed the game.
You gotta get them on campus at homecoming.
That's the best.
We got 2 commits at Alcorn State when they came for homecoming now.
You know what I'm saying? Like you to me, you have to recruit different at an HBCU, bro. Like
homecoming, he don't play no games.
Yo,
I see Huff and tailgate. In the cut.
Listen, I've been saying Huff was the sniper, dog. I've been saying Huff was the sniper.
Homecoming.
Been said that. But no, I think you got to get kids on campus for homecoming. You gotta put on for basketball. Like if I'm Morehouse, right? Like I'm bringing the kid on campus for the Morehouse Clark game. Like I'm trying to make that lit. I'm trying to invite AAU teams on campus that I want to build a relationship with to that game. Like you gotta, like to me, HBCUs, don't get me wrong, as much love and I want to show them, and as much as I want kids to consider HBCUs, like you have the best experience in town. You just do a poor job of marketing that experience to people.
There's a kid I know that we had last year who he said that Howard was looking at him, and
that's a great education, man.
I'm like, that's a no-brainer because you're in DC, like
incredible,
and you're playing Division I basketball. You're in DC.
Yep,
you're about to get more culture than you know what I'm saying. Like that's a no-brainer to me.
Thanks. Yep.
And so I see the question that talks about gear, visibility, cost of attendance, but we've got 2 HBCUs that don't play in the SWAC or MEAC, and they still get the same shite that everybody else gets. Hampton and Tennessee State, people still look down on them.
They shouldn't.
Exactly.
We gotta do a better job of marketing that experience. They got the best campus life experience in town. Like, we got to do a better job of marketing that experience.
Because when we about to do the HBCU event that the former Georgia State assistant coach was putting on.
Yeah, we were gonna do the HBCU All-Star game. That's what we were working on trying to do for the Love of the Game pod.
Let's talk about the fact that we was trying to get Love of the Game pod on campus at a HBCU school. It didn't happen. I ain't gonna point no fingers or no elbows or no nothing.
Was it my school?
It was, right. No,
I'll say you gotta do a little bit of work when it comes to
getting on the house.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go stand in line at 8 a.m. to get your financial aid.
Tell me about it.
Hey, you gotta take a copy of everything that come out. You better have a copy.
Hey, you better have all your prints. And your
whatever that catalog says, you better have that catalog for you, because they cannot. You ain't gonna be graduating.
You're gonna get back in that mug.
I want to pull up on campus, man. At HBCUs, I want to bring, like, we got to do a better job of marketing that experience. I think that's a good level for.
Man, you wouldn't go to Mississippi. You ain't going to Mississippi Valley if they said, "Come on down there."
Shit.
Oh, I go to Mississippi.
Pine Bluff. You going to Pine Bluff, man?
With my own red cup, dog.
Look at my own red cup. Said, nah, I ain't going to Pine Bluff.
I'm only going to Howard. I'm going to Hampton. I'm going to
elitist, man. He's an elitist. I'm only going to Howard and Hampton. That's that Morehouse stuff coming out of you, man.
I'm going to Hampton, by the lake, whatever they call it, school by the water, whatever it is. I'm going to Morehouse, Spelman. I'm going to Clark. I might go to FAM. I'm probably going to definitely go to FAM.
Hey, we see what type of circles Bryce run in, though, right? Like I've been saying, Bryce been out here in these streets, dog. Bryce, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I be. So Huff, it's something I've been wanting to talk to you about, bro.
Oh, here we go.
On the show last time, we were talking about high school coaches, and I was asking about, we had like a crazy amount of jobs open for high school coaches last year, right? And I thought that ADs was just walking around firing coaches. Like, you're trash, get out. You're trash, get out.
And hey, we have to talk about the high school coaches. A lot of high school coaches got new jobs.
Thanks.
All right,
that's where I'm going.
We'll talk about that.
No, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. So all I hear is transfer, kids, transfer, parents, transfer. But y'all coaches is transferring jobs like y'all changing draws, Doc. What is going on? And you're not getting fired? I thought y'all was getting fired, bro. Y'all, now I don't feel bad for you because you're not getting fired. Y'all just got a new gig.
Well, at some places they are. It just depends on the school.
Okay.
Who's got new jobs? I mean, who got new high school jobs?
My dude Terry Smith from Rome, he got the Meadow Creek job. Yeah, so Meadow Creek got a new head coach. So shout out to Terry Smith. Hey man, that's a job. I don't know how he gonna get.
Yeah, boy.
I don't know. Out of all the coaches that I heard got new jobs, I don't know which ones I can mention and which ones I can't.
Why not?
I know. Are they?
I don't know. I don't know what the rules are.
Well, he blocked you, but Kyle Sandy got a coach. Let me go and feed you the link.
Right. Send him a link, Lock.
Send him a screenshot, Lock.
Yeah.
Yo. Yeah, I don't know which ones I'm allowed to mention and which ones I'm not.
Hold on, let me go.
What you mean? I don't get it. Like, why you can't mention them? Because they ain't signed a contract.
I don't know.
It's not be official yet. We don't know.
Well, I'm putting out Cal Sandy page. All right.
Not just gonna read off Cal Sandy's page. That's what you're gonna do.
Eddie Johnson, they're a former coach.
That's the one that I was gonna name.
But that was before. I mean, that's probably.
So, is he locked in? He went to Padea. Hey, hold on, Lock. So he leaves Thero to go to Padea. He leaves to go from a basketball powerhouse that he built to go to a school with no basketball pedigree that I know of. Anybody remember when Padea has been good?
They solid sometimes.
They solid. You know what?
St. Francis. Kids transferred.
Yeah, you gotta get some transfers. You can make it. You can make.
They transferred out.
Yeah, a good basketball program.
Victor Nickerson and dude, I forgot the other kids they had, but they used to go there.
Does Robbie go to
Paddy? What's the name?
You can't follow your coach. You can't follow your coach. That's the GHSA rule.
So, Coach, are we gonna? And I don't want to call this brother out just because he got a new job, and there's a lot of other coaches that got new jobs on this list too. But we got to know that this is probably not just a basketball decision.
Let me look.
Probably not.
Right.
Sometimes it's a livelihood decision. Is every college coach moving up a basketball decision?
So let me ask this. Let me ask this question though, Huff, because I want to understand. From when you're going from public school to public school, are there coaches that are leaving one public school to go to another public school to coach and getting a pay raise?
Yes. Every county has a different pay scale. And every county has a different stipend pay scale for what you get to be a coach.
Different
counties. So if you're going from
different scales, right?
So if you're transferring within the county, the likelihood is you're making the same money.
Unless that school has a booster club.
Yo, now we get into it. Let's talk about it. So are we saying that Padilla just basically pulled out the bag and was like, yo, my man?
I can't speak. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Huff no.
Maybe they want to win.
Look at Huff, no. Stop it. Stop my man.
Eddie Johnson is our Morehouse brother, man.
And I ain't gonna count his pockets like that. I'm not counting your pockets, bro.
Exactly.
Atlanta International School is off of like Peachtree, right in the middle of Buckhead.
Yeah.
Sounds like, so maybe that's a situation. If you were a coach, you're like, well, shoot, I ain't go to Buckhead, chill for a couple of years. I mean,
get it off. Okay.
So I got.
So Bryce basically saying that he applied. You applied?
Nah. This is my first time looking at the list. But I mean,
you got a list too. Everybody has.
I didn't get blocked.
Hey, so what? Locke, what else you got, bro? Who else on the list?
Well, you got I don't know if y'all might not know this guy, but Huff knows my guy David Archer. He's a coach. Yeah. And he had a little he had the Summer Hill prep program this past year. Well, he had it for a few years now.
Where's Christian at? Where's that?
It's up in Cartersville area. So it's up where he's been successful at, not just with the Summer Hill prep program, but he also used to have the JUCO team up there. Dave Archer can coach, man. He can coach.
Oh, he coaches butt off.
Yeah. And if there's anybody that can turn that program around, see, people have got to remember, and here comes Rondre. Coach John Michael Nickerson used to be the head coach at Excel Christian, which is the last time they were successful.
My man. That's my best friend. That's my dude.
There's a lot of jobs open, though.
It is, man.
Hey, Huff, I'm picking him to win state championship again this year. 3 years in a row.
So you're making your picks.
So now you just being a butthole.
3 years in a row. Come on, Sandy Creek. 3rd year running. I'm picking them.
Bryce, you gonna try to get one of those head coaching jobs, Bryce?
Is Sandy Creek still in 4A next year?
I gotta talk to my agent.
3A.
I gotta talk to my agent.
3A. Is Pace Academy still in 3A?
Yeah.
They're in 2A.
I don't know.
They're in 2A.
Oh man.
They're in 2A? They're gonna win again.
I really ain't
they don't lose nobody. What are you talking about? They're gonna win again. They can stay in 3A and they're gonna win again.
Yeah, they probably could win 7A. Don't you think?
Sheesh.
They would have a legitimate shot.
If they get the transfers that I think
and then you got Big Boy coming back, they could probably win.
Middleton, Matthew Cleveland, Madison Durr, they all back.
That's a tough big 3 right there, boy.
And they get one coming in, ain't they too?
I'm sure they don't get
what?
All right, I'm done.
How who you got?
Wow.
Who's coming in there?
I might not be done.
We rolling with Garrison Powell, Justin Wilson, Landon Carter Kennedy.
I was at the gathering spot, one of these local places that you can mix and mingle.
Well, how roll are you at the gathering spot?
Nah, I know how to get my name. I know how to get my name on the list. I know how to get my name.
You got a membership, don't you, Bryce? You got a membership.
Yeah, I'm not paying $200 a month for no membership.
That's what type of dude Bryce is.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was in the gathering spot, and I just happened to like see somebody. I'm like, yeah. So Huff got some. He gonna be doing some things with you.
I've been hearing that about Huff too. I've been hearing Huff out here mixing it up in these streets too.
Ooh.
And I'm like, what? What are we talking about?
We ain't gonna go there.
Man, I'll put it to you like this: there's no coach has to worry about me poaching their players.
Nah. It wasn't about that. Nah, they wasn't about that. It was
because I get a million phone calls wanting to run to you. Everybody calling me, hey man, what's dude really like, man? Hey man, y'all better
Hey, they did say run a lot of plays for shooters.
Hey, I will say guards do play well in my system.
Hey, I was watching the one of the players that ended up on another team, and on it was on ESPN, and woo.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Hey, you know what? Here we
Wow,
go. Here we go.
We talking about hot manager?
Here we go. Hey, so look,
negative.
I don't want to. I'm just saying all that. The last 20 minutes have basically been me saying I don't want to hear another high school coach talking about a transfer ever again. I don't. Conversation is over. The way y'all changing jobs right now, conversation is over. I don't want to hear it. Hey, high school kids, transfer at will.
but what have we been saying anyway? If it's best for the kid,
do what you got to do.
No, that's what
your family.
That's what people like you have been saying, Huff. And I think you're one of the few high school coaches that could probably handle and deal with coaching AAU and deal with all the changing and the parents and all of that. Y'all OGs, y'all been cool with this the whole time. Like, man, whatever, y'all move wherever y'all gonna move.
The good thing about Atlanta is if you lose one, you're probably gonna get two back from somewhere.
For sure.
You know what I
mean?
Like, sure. It's just that's just kind of where it goes here. So
what do we think? What do we think McEachern looks like next year?
It's hard. We don't know. Summertime.
Is his son? Is the other son still? Is the other Cooper still in high school?
I don't know what's going on with him. So
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can't call it.
What about Grayson?
Grayson.
I mean, you know they got Ian.
They got Ian still, yeah.
They had some guys that came off the bench. You know?
Yeah, they probably got some stuff.
Yeah, you got my boy MacArthur.
MacArthur.
Who's Norcross gonna have? Anybody?
I don't know. That's the part about June that I'll be looking forward to, man. Like, do we know?
Like you can't even look at June though, because come September, August, when school starts, it's gonna be something different.
Yeah,
got a point.
It do. You see some of
the local kids who been here. Oh yeah, I like that combo. I like that backcourt. They've been there, But some schools, some schools going on August 6th. There's gonna be some people walking in the building.
Hey,
what
happened to Mocher?
Right. Somebody just walk in the building. You look around.
Based on what we know today, is James White and RJ Nord the best guard combo in the state right now?
If we don't say they're not, we're gonna get blasted on Twitter. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna go ahead and say
wow.
Hold on.
I think they legit are.
They better than Matthew Cleveland and Madison Durr?
But Matthew's not a guard.
Matthew's not a guard.
If you want him to be, he can be.
I don't think so.
Okay, let's just say duo matchups then.
You saying 1-2? You saying 1-2?
I was saying 1-2, as in guards, backcourt.
Yeah, probably.
Those two are not. Well, RJ, I don't think RJ is a point guard. James White is a point guard.
They are backcourt.
Confused.
They are backcourt.
True.
Then you can say Matthew and Madison's a backcourt.
Or you could say Kowalski and Javon Mosley are backcourt.
I don't think any of them are really legit point guards. So
I think you better off saying duo.
Yeah, I just say duo is better.
I don't know that they're the best duo in GHSA.
No, I don't think. I don't
know. I don't know that they're not, but I don't know that they are for sure.
They up there. I mean, I don't know. above Matthew and Madison. Like to me, that's just a lot to deal with.
No,
Cam Sheffield, even though he's gone, like that was, and AJ, that's tough.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what's
and I'm
gonna
talking about next season, of course.
Next season, yeah. I don't know anybody over that duo right there. That's tough.
Hey, Simeon and Payne Daniels at Tri-Cities.
Yeah,
be a desperate backcourt.
They don't have that length though that those other groups have.
Yeah,
true, but Simeon,
that's gonna be scary. Yeah, that's gonna be scary. Yeah.
What I assumed the argument was gonna be was Bruce Thornton and Kanan Carlisle.
That was my next. That was my next.
Yep.
They may have the best backcourt.
That might be it right there, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the best backcourt though, but I mean,
I'm still thinking of who else.
Isaiah, who's the Wheeler have? Isaiah and
I don't know who they're gonna put with Isaiah because Nash Kelly
is gone.
Nash Kelly is gone.
They got.
I don't know if Max is a senior.
Max is a rising senior.
Max is a rising senior.
Okay.
Y'all didn't say Zacho and Travis.
Zacho and who?
All that quote. Yeah.
Hey, look at Lock face.
Whoa,
Lock face. Oh my God.
Take another tip.
Hey, Bryce, did you say Zacho and who?
No, I was asking who you putting with Zacho. Who was the other person?
Oh, okay.
Travis.
Oh, Travis. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Travis is tough. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I like Travis.
It's crazy that I watched South Cobb play and I've seen Travis up close because he was at Marietta, and I still don't necessarily know how to feel about Travis. I don't know.
What Travis
is
I see potential and I see flashes and I see good things.
I think if Travis over the summer.
Hold on. We forgot about Danny Stubbs and Jamal Kleiss.
As a duo.
Yes, that's the duo. I love Caleb, but I can't include Caleb. I've got Danny Stubbs and Jamal.
Boy, and I going a lot better night, boy.
But Danny Stubbs and Jamal Kleiss.
Hey, did you just throw Caleb out the door?
No, I talk to Caleb Daddy. I talk to his pops all the time. Caleb.
Caleb. Hey, Caleb. Hey, let's talk about Caleb for a minute though. Because I feel like Caleb is playing the wrong role. I think everybody looks at Caleb and looks at his ability and pushes him to be a scorer. What if his personality is just not that? So Caleb's actually a really good passer.
So he's a point guard?
Maybe. I think
Caleb is a really good passer, bro. And he makes really good decisions off the pick and roll. Caleb actually really does.
Caleb is not a
point guard. He's not a forward. He's not a forward. He's definitely not a 5. So he's
not a.
Is he a point forward?
No.
He
ain't Lamar Odom. It ain't that many.
Lamar. Hey, Marjorie. I don't know what you know.
I just asked the questions, bro.
Who's the last high school kid that was a point forward?
That's a good question.
So calling a kid a point forward is like
no. Jaquez Kirby is a point forward. But y'all don't know.
That's possible. Yes. I mean, I haven't seen him dribble the ball.
High school, yeah, but I haven't made level.
I gotta get my charge.
From what I did see Pebblebrook against South Cobb, he was rebounding offensively very well. I'm trying to think what else he did, but I don't know.
A lot of potential in that kid. I just think people look at his body and watch him shoot and immediately feel like he is supposed to be the leading scorer on your team. And maybe he is. Maybe he needs to grow.
Maybe he'll come this year. I mean, I feel like I don't know what they do, but I mean, I feel like if he's constantly running off screens and attacking off screens or catching and shooting, I feel like that's his money maker right there. But I don't know.
Yeah. He surprised me as a passer. He really did.
Because then he can drop those passes off. You
Maybe
know,
I'm taking it too far. Huff looked at me like I was going too far.
You said point guard. I was like, oh.
Point forward. Point forward. No, I think again, I think I'm gonna be high on Pebblebrook again.
Hey, you know what? Depending on if I see Pebblebrook this summer, they might be my favorite to win state next year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay away from that pick because I feel like I'm a jinx.
Still in 7A?
Yeah,
could be a 7A.
You got everybody back.
Washington owe me one. I told Washington when all them guys were freshmen, if he don't win the state, it's on him. So he owed me.
Get one.
And I'm gonna put the pressure on him.
Hey, Locke, we know what happened to the last coach that you said if they don't win, it's on them.
Ooh.
What I said that about?
Hey, you jinxed Moultrie with that.
It was on Moultrie.
Oh,
hey.
Here we go.
Hey,
man, my boy came on that show talking that big talk.
Wow.
That's my boy though. Like, man.
That's facts. That's facts. Hey, did with the Pebblebrook pick, is this the year we see more Niles and Dre?
Man,
Dre was starting toward the end of the year.
He was, but who are they gonna be able to start? Or are they still gonna come off the bench?
I don't know how you handle that. It's a lot of depth. Like that's the problem when you have a lot of depth at that guard spot. But I would think you would be able to trust them more as juniors.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pebblebrook's in good shape. I mean, I think their biggest thing is going to be the chemistry. You get that chemistry intact, and I mean they got some dudes, man. Like they still got some good players. They got Tyler still coming back.
Oh yeah, Tyler just committed to South Alabama, so congratulations to him.
Who did? Tyler Sherman?
They got Blake. You developed them over the summer. You worked them over the summer, man. They're gonna be tough. I know we say that every year because we've been saying that for the last how many years, but I mean, they really got some young dudes. It's gonna be a problem next year, like for real.
This got to be the year for him, though.
Yeah, this got to be the year. Yeah. I
agree. Huff, I think one of the teams you put me on to that I start watching and really like, North Gwinnett. I think they've got a chance to be really good next year as well.
The Godfrey kid is going to be a senior next year. So they have to be good.
Ooh, he's going to be a junior.
He's just a junior. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. He's playing with Atlanta Express. Oh, he's playing with Atlanta Express this summer. Well, if it is the summer, he's playing.
If there is a summer.
The crazy thing is, I feel like because there's so many camera people and so many media dudes, tweeters, and stuff like that, I feel like if AAU got maybe 2 solid weekends, maybe 3, that's probably enough for you to like.
We got so much exposure here that
out of 3 weeks.
Yeah, the 2021 kids gonna need this summer, man.
Yes, they are.
And stuff, but
I agree.
I see how a dog feels when he opened up the door and he run out the house fast as hell. I feel the dog.
Your grandma said, what it your grandma said it's gonna be outside gonna be there and something like that.
Man,
outside,
I've been so bored.
Hey, I don't know if y'all had a chance to listen, but Lil Baby dropped a classic.
Of course we listen.
I've been going back to it multiple times. Dog.
And that Lil Baby with that gun on it. Sheesh.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Hey.
Grace.
I've been on.
There go that band, Will.
Swiss Beats versus whoever else who I forgot. I've been looking at all these battles. I was watching the Dream and Sean Garrett last night going hit. We in bad shape. Hey, I watched Jay-Z whole B-sides concert, and it's like 2 hours. I watched the whole thing.
Hey man, you watch Tiger King too, didn't you?
Bro, I watched Tiger King. I'm watching
the Ozarks.
I've watched Gilly the Kid and $1 Million Worth of Dream. There's nothing left for me to watch on TV anymore.
Well, I got me and my battle rap friends. We've been on.
That's probably the next thing for me. Like,
you watch, man, they got a new album called Caffeine, man. So a lot of I've been watching battle raps.
I gotta get the Caffeine app. Hey, speaking of battle rap though, how about the big homie Coach Amir over at Kennesaw State quoted Tay Rock on his IG story, bro?
He did. Well,
hey, he the realest coach in the city, dog.
What he said?
He said, "I'm gonna send you the post off his IG, bro."
He watched battle rap. Oh.
Hey, dog, I gotta ask the question, bro. We gotta have him back on the show just so I can ask him that.
But you remember he told us
he quoted
how they used to warm up and how they used to play different music when they warmed up, like to practice every day.
For sure.
Oh man, hey, Amir gonna have to come over, come kick it with me, man. Watch these battle raps.
Hey man, I'm looking. Wow, it could be Tri-Cities and Heritage meeting for. Oh no, because 6A gonna look different next year.
I was about to say, hold your horses there, buddy.
Let me relax. Let me pump my brakes. My bad.
Wheeler, Carol,
yeah.
Carol.
Hey, speaking of a backcourt, bro, Carol got a backcourt, dog. I'm slipping on that.
I like Najee.
Najee can hoop. Najee and Scooter ain't.
What he's doing? Taking us to the bathroom? What are you doing?
Man, he trying to see me.
I got kicked out. I gotta go somewhere else.
Cause I'm on.
Hey, your boy Boosie been going crazy though.
Hey,
crazy.
Let me see them lips.
Lock.
Hey, dog. Hey, Boosie Waller. Hey man, I need to know what trainer is running these FaceTime sessions, bro. I need to get DeJuan some work. Like, y'all gonna have to train DeJuan. I'm gonna have to hit Mark Edwards, dog. See if he gonna train DeJuan over FaceTime, bro.
Hey, so
you gotta get some work in.
So what you and your son, what y'all been doing just to still work on his game, his IQ? What all y'all been doing?
Yeah,
a lot of push-ups, eating a lot of food, trying to stretch, keeping him on the treadmill. I've been really focused on trying to keep his body right. So running on his treadmill multiple times a day. Of course, getting shots up in the driveway.
You said one thing, but you didn't say one key thing. That I'm waiting for you to say. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to say it.
We've done everything except for film study.
Okay, that's what I was waiting on. We've
done everything except for film study, and that's been more me
of all the games this past season that you played.
That's been more me than him.
Last game,
just not having time to do film yet.
As a coach, I'll tell you something I did. I asked 3 coaches that we played against to break down my team, tell me my strengths and my weaknesses that they saw, and I did it for them as well in return. It was good information. And so what I'm gonna do is that we're gonna have a coaches meeting, my staff, via Zoom this week, and we're gonna talk about it. I mean, we still got to get better, man. Like,
hey, I gotta show y'all the wall while I get me a refill.
Hey, I would love to do. You know what, Huff? Though, one thing that I noticed during this break when we talk about watching game film, I started prepping to do that with my son. One thing that I've noticed, I've never done a scout for anyone other than myself. And it made me realize when I watch film, I had to question myself, like, man, am I doing this the right way? Is there a right way? I may have to go to the Coach Huff Scout film breakdown and development session.
Hey, we can do it. We'll see. Like, you gotta.
I'll hit your Cash App, Huff. Holler at me. Holler at me.
Hey, just let me know. But I don't know if it's a right and a wrong. It just depends. Like, I learned something this year. Like, old school way to scout is you put that whole film on with your team and y'all break it down while they sitting in there. But what do we know about kids these days? Their attention span is very. So sure. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. Coach Sherman White said man, don't go longer than 8 minutes. Give them good, bad, and the ugly, or whatever you want to focus on. Like if you wrote something down and said, "Man, we won this game because we rebounded the basketball," then you show rebounding the basketball. If you lost this game because y'all didn't close out right, then you showing the bad closeout.
I would love to see that from a coach's mind. Bryce, how much time y'all spend breaking down film? All right, never mind.
20, 30 minutes, something like that.
The whole season?
Somebody had texted me something crazy. Like 20.
Yo, hey, yo.
You gonna get fired. You gonna get fired. On your day out. On your day out.
I wasn't even look, man. Y'all tripping. I wasn't even. I wasn't listening to nothing y'all was saying in a minute.
Hey, I'm gonna see you Kyle Sandy tweet so you can find a job. So you can see who's playing, but you gonna get fired.
I didn't do anything. What are you saying?
Yo.
You gonna get fired.
Man.
I got a crazy text. Y'all tripping. But like 20, 30 minutes. Hey, my name good in these streets though. Don't worry about
it. I want to get better at that, man. That's something that I did recognize because I heard you guys talking about doing a scouts huff. When I went back to listen to some of the old shows, and he was like, "Hey, this coach wants their scouts done in this way versus another coach may want them done." And I was like, "Yo, I've only scouted film for for me, you know what I mean? Watching film and trying to make adjustments for AAU, which you really don't get to do a lot. Like you may watch one game or try to find one or two games that's posted somewhere of a team that you're going to play when it comes to AAU, and it's a crapshoot of if they're going to play the same way or run anything that you saw them do before.
And there's no right or wrong way. Like there are coaches who win a lot of games who say, I'm more concerned about what my team is going to do. I'm not really worried about what the other team is going to do. They don't really go scout. I'm on the flip side of that. Like I want to watch film on a team if I can, which is now great through Huddle. Like you can request film from another team. But I like to see put my eyes on the team if I can. Like I want to see them in person.
Does it change what you might run? Like how much adjusting do you do based on the tape you watch?
It may change how we guard ball screen. It may change, like, I guess we can, we all trying to get better. So if you watch us play, there's a little thing I have in my pocket that's in a clear plastic thing. And each game I highlight which plays we have that should work versus how that team defends. So like there's certain plays we run and I say, man, they can guard this really well. So that's not a play we should really be calling. Like for instance, I wish I would have done that 3 years ago. I think it was 3 years ago when I played Jesse, Coach McMillan, and Norcross. They iced side ball screens so well that we should have took certain plays out of our playbook then, but we were still running them and we weren't executing the way we needed to because they iced it so well. And they had the length to ice the ball screen so well.
Mm. I got to get better at that, man. I think that's a hole in my game.
Damn, man. My damn shirt messed up and shit.
This man over here, man.
Hey,
I've been lounging.
Button.
Hey, so fellas, we almost at the 2 hour mark. This is typically our wind down time.
Breaking point.
Yeah.
Good show at home like back in the day, but I feel like that monkey on my back.
Hey man, and Locke, I think you need to tell the kids who you got on your shirt, man. They might not know that.
Oh, they definitely don't know that.
Right here. That's so no. The master. Don't know about it.
Do we have a South got something to say, Locke?
Yeah. Oh man, I gotta give Albany goddamn catching hell with the coronavirus right now. Like, I think they lead the state in deaths right now. So man, prayers out to my city.
For sure.
And stuff, man. Prayers out to all my friends and family. Cause I just try to keep updated. I keep hearing, the hospitals down there catching it. So like I said, prayers out to nurses, the doctors, just the whole community down there. It's crazy. Hopefully they get help soon because it's getting worse and worse every day down there. It's like I'm at the point where I'm scared to even go down there and visit my family.
Yeah,
it's real talk.
Yeah,
for sure. Coach, do we have any things that you've learned since we've been out? Any?
I do think the game's changing, like we're talking about. Not just for coaches, like you realize a lot of recruiting is being done through FaceTime and Zoom. They're doing all this stuff so they can stay connected to recruiting. So I think the game is changing with that. So that's something I've learned, and I want to shout out Corey Black, man. Something I've learned is we got to hold each other as men accountable to being better. Whether it's being a better husband, whether it's being a better friend, whether it's being better with whatever God you serve, better coach, just to be better. So shout out to Corey Black. That's something I learned, man.
OG.
Hey, you got anything you want to shout out before we close?
Stay in the house. The more y'all stay in the house, the sooner I can get out the house. Please stay in the house, bro. It's serious. Like Locke said, I've seen it. I saw it first. I've seen somebody with it. It's not a joke, man. Like, it's for real. Just stay in the house, please, so we can try to end this.
Like my dude Charlemagne said, if the person on quarantine, them the same people you can't trust if they get a zombie bite.
Wow.
So, hey, if we get to that level, them same people that you saw in quarantine, hey,
when everything open back up, that next podcast gonna be lit. You know, me and Locke might have to make a trip down to Fulton Industrial. It's gonna be popping down there.
Hey,
wow.
Day parties gonna be popping. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not like a jet rat.
Might be Freaknik again. You know what I'm saying?
I'm out with policemen calling, man, but it's hard staying in house.
I know they call you wear some gloves when you go in there on your hands too.
Oh man, I got hey man. Hey.
If you don't end this, Dre, we get
hey man, get to the club it ain't for sale.
Hey man, I just want to say to all the parents and players, you got to be able to look at this as an opportunity, right? For some of you guys going into April, your body wasn't where you wanted it to be. You just went through, man, Bright. Somebody listen to Chris Brown or something.
I'll link it on Instagram.
OnlyFans. A lot. You can't look at OnlyFans while we on here. Look at this as an opportunity. Don't look at it as like, I know you can't wait to play, but like for some of you guys, we're having nagging injuries from the high school season. Your bodies were worn down and hurting. Make sure that you're sleeping and getting a proper amount of rest. But work on your body, man. Get better. Use this time effectively. I feel like that once everything is back on and we're going, I don't think it's going to be like a gradual thing. I think it's just going to be boom. And we're back and everything is going. And like, man, make sure you're stretching. Make sure you take care of your body. We don't want to see people come back and have to deal with injuries and stuff from not having their body where it should be. Don't be out here looking crazy, man. Take care of your game, like any way that you can. Like, don't put yourself at risk, of course, but like, if you got a basketball, you can go outside and work on your ball handling, like shoot air jumpers, dog. Whatever you got to do, man. Like, watch film, take care of yourself, man. Make sure you don't.
If you need some motivation, go to Peyton Pritchard's Twitter page and look his ball handling warm up.
Peyton Pritchard?
Yes. Plays for Oregon, I believe. White point guard. Yeah.
Oh, that point guard. Yeah, he's off the chain.
Hey, go look at his garage workout.
Peyton Pritchard.
Do yourself a favor.
Hit me that link.
Handle is next level.
But that's our show, man. Make sure y'all take care of yourself, take care of your families, take care of y'all chickens, take care of your mentals. You know what I'm saying?
Be safe.
Be safe out here in these streets, man. Love of the Game podcast is coming back. We're gonna crank up probably more frequently because we love engaging with y'all, and we love being around. Gotta get people what they want.
They want.
Everybody that I think now is the best time to do interviews, man. So I'm gonna start hitting up some college coaches. Let's start hitting up some of our friends, man, and show love to some of the homies, man. Let's crank these things up multiple times a week, or at least make sure we have once a week.
When we invite these people over, are we still gonna be SUV political TV? Cause like I know Mark gonna want to get on, and he gonna be with his notebook.
Hey, listen. I'm just about producing great content, man. So let's just do great content. So Mark, hey dog.
Oh yeah, bring him back on because he came over here last time we was in Vegas. He was on here with his glasses on like me and his laptop.
Hey,
he ain't talking about
fact, we might need to make Mark the first guy up. I want to do an interview series, man. Let's knock out. I'm just making this up as we go. Right now, let's do an interview series of every dope person in basketball that we want to show love to. You know who we need on, man, to be honest, before Mark, and I'm being real. We have been shouting out Doug Lipscomb for like 2 years on this show, and we haven't had him on.
That would be a good one. I would add him. I would add Andre Morgan to I think Lipscomb will be real good. Yeah.
That'll be dope. Mm-hmm. For sure. We should try to get Sherman on.
Yeah.
We absolutely should. We should.
Oh, Montre. Never mind. My man won 8 championships. It might be tough.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
I told you to end that thing earlier. You kept
busy. I'm just saying.
Because this reminds me back in the day how we first started. We're gonna keep talking.
You gotta end it, bro.
I'm done.
All right, man. It's the Love of the Game podcast. We love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all be peace. Take care of each other, man. We out.
Law's way is the only way. I'm gonna get that.
Going back to 3-hour shows, dog. I love it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.